Hey everybody, Quicksilver here, back with another World of Warships video. Today I've got for you a treat. It's my favorite sleeper ship. Well, at least at tier 6. My favorite sleeper ship at tier 6 is the Poltava. I've only got a few games in it, but every single one of them has been an absolute blast. It's just kind of good, and I don't see it ever. I very rarely see anybody playing this on my team or red team. It's just uncommon, and I've got some quick stats for you that are influenced by my 16-2 AL Sovetska Rossiya commander, uh, starting with the health pool, which is sitting at a nice 59,100. Not crazy, but it's well armored, so take that with what you will. The bow is completely 25 millimeter, though, so it can be overmatched by 16-inch guns. It's got a 38% torpedo reduction, which is, I think, the best of the tier. Somebody in the comments, if I'm wrong, let me know. It's got 3x3, 356 millimeter main guns, which are pretty small, but they have a 28-second reload, which is pretty nice. 16 kilometers of range, or just shy of it, which is not terrible. And they have super good Russian ballistics with the very, very high velocity. And as you can see, this Caracciolo is making his game return, and we're going to punish him for that. Or at least we're going to try. With the Russian BBs, as it goes, as you get further away, the dispersion gets much worse, like exponentially, as the target is further away. But I'd say within like 12 kilometers, you're going to be having pretty guaranteed good salvos. It's very accurate within that range. Very similar to the Italian dispersion, if you're familiar with that, which is why I try to play this boat with close range while at the same time not brawling. And as you can see, we've got a broadside Queen Elizabeth that we're going to try to punish as much as we can, although those English battleships at tier 5 and 6, well, not all of them. I'd say the Queen Elizabeth and the King George both pretty difficult to citadel, since I believe both of their citadels are underwater. But back to the stats of this ship. It's got a 73 or 73 AA rating. That doesn't really mean a whole lot, but the Russians usually have pretty good AA, and you can definitely count on them in close range. It's if those planes are right on top of you, you're gonna kill a bunch of them. And there goes the red team Akatsuki, which makes me feel a lot safer being this close in the middle of the map. Again, back to the stats: 14.8 rudder shift, 29 knot top speed, and an 11.1 concealment, which I love because you got to get in close for the good accuracy without brawling. And the 11.1 concealment, which is, well, it's definitely helped by Rossiya because I think one of her main abilities is drop in concealment, but I also have Kondo as an inspiration just to even further that. Here we're going to overmatch the Nuremberg because Nuremberg is overmatchable, and bang, Citadel, light work, and then our teammate is going to mop the floor with him with his AP and the kid. But like I was saying, man, this Poltava is a sleeper. It's got good armor. You can angle the most things. 16-inch will absolutely destroy your bow, and you can get citadeled that way. And if you're flat broadside, you will get absolutely smacked. So I recommend trying to stay angled, using your good concealment to get in close, but not too close. Because you get in too close, you overextend, you're just going to get nuked by everything in the entire lobby. And that's not fun that's good. I guarantee you're going to have a not fun time. And there we spot one of my favorite things to look at, a Galician. Very explodium. Can't wait to have to deal with that shortly. But because our team on A has caused their red team member to retreat, it's allowed me to really get up here in B. I'm going to get a cap, and the rest of red team is on C, so we're going to try to get a good crossfire angle on them and just absolutely decimate the rest of this team. And that Nagato is making one heck of a turn, and we're going to see if we can chunk him a little bit. And we do. We get a fairly decent chunk. Our kid is now spotted the Galissonier, which, as you can imagine, when this had happened, I was kicking my feet like a little kid on Christmas morning. I was like, oh boy, this is a no camo Galissonier who was flat broadside. And bang, bang. See ya. Back to the lobby. Never stood a chance. Don't go broadside to a Poltava, folks. It's, even if it had big guns, or even if it, allow me to rephrase, even with its small guns, it will smack the heck out of everything. I mean, look at this. Nagato, flat broadside, with a camo, good dispersion, absolutely cooked. And I mean, it's just good dispersion. The 28-second reload feels really nice. It feels balanced. I mean, this boat isn't broken by any means. That's why you don't see it a bunch, and it's pretty rare. But it's fun. It's viable. I absolutely recommend giving it a go. And here we're going to get another decent chunk on this Nagato. And our damage is absolutely stacking up. Our Citadel count is pretty high at a nice, I think that's a 7. Yeah. And we do see that destroyer back there. Normally I would shoot at it, but I was feeling a bit bloodthirsty for this Nagato. I do not know why. But also I figured our two DDs over there are going to shred their DD anyways, so I wasn't overly concerned about it. All right. And here I had, in Wargaming, if you're listening to this, I had a Gigabrain moment where I had remembered back to my Johann video that when I rammed, I don't remember what I had rammed, whatever, I think it was a Brisbane in the Johann, I ended up obtaining damage that was worth the full health value of the Brisbane. So I was thinking, okay, I am a big numbers fan, right? 135,000, pretty big number for tier 6. But we can make it bigger because if we ram this Nagato, because I believe there's a bug, if we ram this Nagato, we will be somewhere around the 200,000 damage range. And Wargaming, if you're listening, don't fix it because I like big numbers. Big numbers make everyone happy. So I'm going to go ahead and ram this Nagato here in a sec. And bang. And so we rammed the Nagato, and we're sitting at 198,000 damage. Normally, I don't recommend ramming everything. But we did have this game in the bag. We had all 3 caps, 2 destroyers left. One of them is my teammates who I know his playstyle, and I know that he wouldn't let us lose. And the other one is my fleet leader, who is actively smacking around their last remaining destroyer. And I think I'm going to pan to it in a second here, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, there we go. And see ya. Maybe in a second, see ya. And see ya. Bye-bye, Fubuki. Get fubucked. And yeah, I mean, the Poltava is really fun. 198,000 damage, high cal, although the dev strikes right now also broken, besides the point. And 2,893 XP. We're going to call that a 3,000 XP game because I can. There's no rules. I do what I want. Super fun game in the Poltava. I absolutely recommend getting it if you can. It's just fun. You get in there, you get a little dirty, but you come out with these big numbers, and I highly recommend it. Savetsky Rassia is a great commander. This is the build. Enjoy it. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I really do appreciate everything. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Peace.